Hello, and today we will make such an interesting fluffy looking background in Adobe Illustrator. To do this, open the program and create a new project. In the upper left corner, click Create New. Next, we need to name the project and set the format. I choose the size of the post 1080 by 1350. Check the project has a vertical orientation. Also, the number of boards stays 1. Select the RGB color model. Smooth color model is only needed for printing. Resolution of 72 pixels per inch. Next, we click Create. We have created a new document. The white rectangle is our artboard. Everything that we will draw insert in this artboard will be saved when we export our picture. Let's move on to drawing. We need an ellipse. To do this, select on the left side of our panel the rectangle tool, or M, but click on the little white arrow next to our square. We have an additional panel open and select the ellipse tool, or you can just press the letter L on your keyboard. Fine. Now you need to draw an ellipse. To make an even circle, hold down the Shift key on the keyboard and draw the circle like this. Okay, now select the black arrow, selection tool V, and now you can move the ellipse. Let's fill it with color. We have 2 rectangles here. The first rectangle is fill, the second rectangle is stroke. Let's remove the stroke. Choose the very first square with a red diagonal line. All removed. Now let's move on to the fill and choose a gradient. This is row 4. For example, the very first gradient is the easiest, white and black. You can also find the gradient on toolbar or press G on the keyboard. If you haven't found the tool yet, you can press Window and select the gradient here. There is such a cool panel in which you can adjust the colors. Now we choose the very first gradient, the linear gradient. The first color, click on the circle and here choose the shade. You can use sliders or you can choose here on the panel with shades and then if anything slightly correct the selected color. Okay, now let's move on to the second color. Let's pick up some shade too. Okay, we are done picking. Now we select the black arrow again and I need to duplicate the circle. You can hold Alt on the keyboard and move it lower. You can select the circle, press Edit or copy, Ctrl+C, then again Edit, Paste, Ctrl+V. We have duplicated the circle. We can also turn it a bit so that we have different gradients. Select 2 ellipses, find Object or Blend, and press Make. Next, go back to Object Blend and click Blend Options. In Spacing, select Steps. Here register 1000 steps and click OK. We got this line with the gradient. Now we can select our object and set them aside for now. Now select a new tool in the panel. It's called the Paintbrush tool or the letter B on the keyboard. And now we draw a line along which the fluffy shape will go. The line can be arbitrary. It's important to approximately paint out the entire space. Okay, done. Now select the line and select our object. Press Object, Blend, and here we select Replace Spine. This is what our objects look like. It looks interesting. Next we go to Effect to set the hairiness. Select Distort, Transform, and here select Roughen. The first thing is the size of the wheelie. The bigger number we set, the longer our lines become. You can set the volume to cover the white space completely in the background. The second thing is the thickness of the wheelie. The bigger number we set, the thinner the wheelie will be. Similar to fur. Great, click OK. We can also move it a little to close the white space. Okay, we got this form. At this point, Illustrator may work slower because it's difficult for it to calculate such a number of elements. Fine. I also want to add some text for this. I need to rasterize the elements. I select all my objects, click Object and choose Expand, Appearance. It just turned into such a big blue shape because there are so many dots. Okay, now I will ungroup it all. I click on the form and click Ungroup. Now I have each element separately. Next, I select the text. You can immediately set the text size. For example, let's set 200. This will be a huge text. I select the first letter. For me, it will be the letter N. I also choose the font upgrade, a white font. And I choose black. This is the widest spelling. I also set the text color to white. Letter N is ready. If you want to enlarge it, you can select the letter, hold down Shift, and enlarge it a bit. Okay, now I need to put it in this furry field. Now I select the part of the object that I want to put in front. For example, I will have these objects. Now I hold down the right mouse button. I choose Arrange, Bring to Front. Now I have this object on the foreground. When I insert our letter, it burrows a little into this fur. Okay, edit. Now we will duplicate the letter. I do it with Alt Option and put it on the side. Now again, I select the text tool, think about the letter and already write. This is my letter A. I select the letter and put it in the foreground, bring to front. Now it's my top one. Next, we again select the elements that will be transferred to the front. For example, I will only have the lower willy. I select only them. Arrange, bring to front. And as we can see, now the letter A is under this object. Perfect. Again, I duplicate and I'm making the last letter R. I also put it on the front, arrange, bring to front. Now I select the lowest willy, arrange, bring to front, and put the letter P. The last time I select the text tool and write Kava School. I select it, making it white, make it not very thick, and now, for example, size 72. I will even make it a little smaller, let it be size 60, and put it at the very top of my poster. Great, I got such an interesting poster. I can already save it. To do this, first save the project itself. Save, choose where we will save it. Don't change the I format. This is Adobe Illustrator format, so you can always go back and redo it. And now export in the picture. To do this, click File, Export, Export As, choose where you will save it. Check the name, you can choose the PNG or JPEG format. Check Use Artboards and click Export. Don't change the resolution and click OK. And that's it, our poster is ready. Feel free to make your own interesting posters.